Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Pulls it in at the 13. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the third overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trey Lance.
In recent years, we've seen a lot of love for North Dakota State in the NFL draft, and Trey Lance, he's a great example of what the Bison are sending to the league each and every year. This guy looks like a franchise quarterback. He wants his opportunity to prove it to the rest of the league.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. This defense for the Falcons, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
You talk about getting off to a hot start, a shutout right out of the gate. Think of the carryover headed into this one, the residue of that game. That means excellent practices, guys alert, ready to go. They'd love to hang a second one right here, right now.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Lance going to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taking it about the 1. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game.
Ready. Go.
They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 16 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
That's a good start to the season. They got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started. They expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. There's a nice move, and the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So here are the Falcons with great field position to start out. They'll be led out by the former NFL MVP, already at 2. In his 5th season out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
2nd and goal from the 1. Walker once more, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Ken Walker, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. An extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
Evan McPherson is set to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken from about the 12. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And the Falcons grab it. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And, Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that. And with
touchdown, Kenneth Walker. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Falcons have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. A nice tiny little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Lance. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And Lance now to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here's Williams to return. And he's going to be taken out of bounds, but not before he gets this all the way down to the 10. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense set up nicely with what looks to be a 1st and goal right around the 10-yard line. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Andrews. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ken Walker doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Kevin McPherson set to kick off.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. And they come up here now 1st down. They begin with a run by Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the 22, Lance. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Lance. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, but that one, how about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now as they start this drive 1st and 10. Of course, remember they beat the Saints a week ago, so some good momentum rolling right now. A really nice pickup. Yards and it moves the sticks.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. DK Metcalf, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons are able to add on to their first half lead. McPherson now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Pretty clean and... 2 plays, the long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Across the line and to the ball quickly there, Trey Hendrickson. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And this one is incomplete.
This first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
On the return is Williams. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A give for Walker running right. And some room to maneuver. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Kenneth Walker on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons have taken a 6-touchdown lead. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And right now these guys shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Throwing on 2nd down. Lance. Caught by the tight end Ertz. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Take it at the 37. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. DK Metcalf. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons extend their lead yet again. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him all those times you talked to us about efficiency. Living it right now.
Makes the score.
Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lance buying time to his left. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Lance looking to throw it. Setting up the screen for Cook. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Here's Lance to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson out to his left. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
McPherson on for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning it. Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Taken in at the 3. Oh, good return up past the 30. The 40. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Well, they're just having fun. I mean, they are clicking on every single cylinder, offense, defense, and here, special teams.
And how about the extension of the lead? This one felt a lot like, you remember Seattle-Denver Super Bowl 48, Percy Harvin to start the second half? Seattle was already firmly in control. Now, they feel like they can't be caught.
Yeah, they are firmly in control right now. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Fields it right around the goal line. And some good. Team's coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. On first down, Lance. And this is Cook with the ground. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Lance now on first down. Right back to Cook for another completion. No gain on the screen there at second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Ready.
Looking to throw again on second down. Lance forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Brian Burns drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Play action. Now Jackson. Throw out wide to Walker. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 15 yards, first down Atlanta. Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Mark Andrews with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Falcons just continue to roll. McPherson on for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score.
The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Looking to throw on second down. Lance flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. To throw, it's Lance. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Quentin Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season. And the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely, because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. Quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Catch is made by Metcalf. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
26 yards. And the Falcon first down.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Walker now on 1st and 10. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. 80 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. From the 3, 2nd and a yard. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Falcons are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Rams, nothing. Evan McPherson set to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And the Rams now coming out on the field. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken from about the 12. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Rams ready to go on offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Being chased out left. And some room to roam that. And I think the ball's out, and the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it, create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Pulls it in at the 13. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now the Rams offense getting the football back. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Let's go ahead and put check marks by it all, partner. No points. Down by 4 touchdowns. Haven't had anything going today on offense. Why not add a late sack to the mix? Obviously a day to forget for all.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Brian Burns able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down. Return in punt formation.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. 93 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
They run again with Walker. And some room to work. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt, the head coach, he wants him to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw into the hands of Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. But just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Pulls it in at the 30. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner. And one side, a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling this team, hey.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr, to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the richest, heart in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we wouldn't ride nobody way, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr,
Trust, me taking no loss. We be the hottest on the scene. Gemstones from the dust. Big dog with your leash. Brother love in the streets. For my heart on the beat.